What's going on, guys and girls? It is Zazzri today. So basically for my 1000 subs I said that I would do a 30-minute episode. Now I know this episode is only 26 minutes and you're going to be like, what? Well, that's not 30 minutes. And that is true, but what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to do a 26-minute episode with this Man City Career Mode. I will do a 30-minute episode for the Chelsea one, so that's two basically 30-minute ones roughly. And then because the reason that I didn't make it 30 minutes is because the squad report and all that sort of stuff is like another 20 minutes, and my computer really just would not be able to handle another 20 minutes on top of the 20 odd, so 46 minutes. Like, you don't realise how bad my computer is and like how long that would take to render and stuff. So that's the only reason that I haven't done it. But if you add up those two episodes, then it really is sort of 30 minutes. I mean, 4 minutes difference, it's not that much of a matter, But I mean, if you guys want to come back to this episode, because it is very long, then I would appreciate it if you just favourite it, whatever. Because I'm going to leave this up for 2-3 days, so hopefully a lot of people see it, and you've got a chance to come back to it and you're not falling behind on the episodes. I'm not going to talk about the gameplay all the time, but I will mention it here and there. I mean, now we're kicking off with the game against Man United, which is a huge game, of course, between the City and United. Such a big rivalry between those two clubs. Personally, I prefer Man City to Man United. I don't support Man City and I don't support Manchester United, but I do support Chelsea, and just for that reason, I think that's why I prefer City. And also, I like more of their players. I like Aguero, among others. Company, I absolutely love Company. I think he's such a great player, and I don't think Ar's such a bad dude either for England and stuff. So that's why I prefer City. Really, I mean, within the United team, there's not as many players that I mean, it's not that I hate the players with Man United, and I don't like the club, but whatever. And it's not that I dislike the players, it's just that I'm not particularly fond of them. I don't really have an opinion on them either way. I don't know the players that much. I know obviously who they are, position, how old they are roughly, but I don't really know any of their story, where they've played before, that sort of stuff, whereas I do with some of the City players. But moving on, I kind of went off a tangent there. I've got actually plans for a Man City Career Mode. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up the Season 2 of my Man City Career Mode. Okay, so once I've done that, what I'll be doing is going to tell you guys early, so you can still, you'll know that you'll know what's coming. Okay, so I'll finish Season 2 of my Man City Career Mode, finish Season 3 of my Chelsea Career Mode. Now, it looks like on the vote, you can vote in the description for which Career Mode I do next, that Juventus are going to be the winners. I mean, a few in there. Look at this goal, I was so annoyed. Vidal gets the block, but it actually deflects it into the net, and I was trying to work out if it would have gone in anyway. I think it probably would have, but it would have been close, whereas Vidal just completely... I mean, normally a block like that would just stop it in its tracks, but it didn't, but whatever. I was fuming, but as I was saying, and I'll finish Season 2 of my Man City, finish Season 3 of my Chelsea. Chelsea, probably won't ever go back to it. I think it'll just be a save that I'll play for myself and have fun with it, or it'll be a save where when I live stream Twitch TV/Zazzri, then I'll use that. Although I've got plans to live stream a Barcelona save, I'm always considering doing that one on my channel instead. Not too sure what I'll do yet. I'm pretty undecided with that sort of stuff. But once I've done that, I'll be moving on to the winner of the vote, and that's likely to be Juventus, possibly Dortmund, possibly Ajax. Now, once I've done that, I'll probably do 1, maybe 2 seasons with that team, trying to win all the trophies that I can with them. Now, if that's 1 season, that's 1 season. If that's 2 seasons, that's 2 seasons. I probably won't be doing the 3rd season with them, just because I think it'll take too long. Okay, once I've done that, what I'll do in the meantime is, this is my sort of squad report, even though there's another squad report coming. Some guy was just really asking for a squad report, so you can look at the players and stuff, but I actually do go into more detail, and a lot of stuff like that in the squad report. I do a live commentary over it. It's just I recorded this, and I thought I might as well put it in there for you guys. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I've sort of started a Man City Career Mode Season 3. Now, in that Season 3, what I'll do is I'll render out all the videos whilst I'm uploading the Juventus or whatever it is Career Mode at the time. And then what I'll be doing is I'll be doing daily uploads of the Man City Season 3 just to try and win all the trophies, all the competitions, and I've signed a few more. Sorry about that, guys. That was my house phone. Okay, so basically what I'll be doing is I've signed a few huge players to make pretty much the best team that you can make on Career Mode in Season 3, or mine anyway. Try and win all the competitions. I'm not going to focus on the Premier League, it's going to be the Champions League that I'm going to focus on, because I haven't won that yet. Basically just make the best team that I possibly can, and see what we can do with that. And I think it will be really good, and I'll upload them daily. Like, I'll have them already pre-rendered, like the entire season 3, so I can just upload, you know, without any worries, all that sort of stuff, get through it pretty quick. And then we're moving on to, I'm thinking either, I've got the Ajax career mode, which I really want to do, possibly, well, it's out of 3 basically, QPR, Ajax or Dortmund, but it's not going to be for, you know, a few months, so please don't comment or anything about it, because, you know, so many things will change by the time that I do it, so it's kind of silly commenting about it. Okay, so moving on, that's that. You know, I've got some live streaming plans because I've hit 1,000 subs recently. This is why I'm doing this long episode, by the way. But the thing is, with the 1,000 subs thing, I hit it so quickly because I've had exams coming just when I've got my exams. So I'm planning on doing live streams and stuff to say thanks for 1,000 subs. You know, do videos like this. But the problem is that I've just had exams. So I mean, you know, my last one's not till Wednesday, and I already hit 1,000 subs. Like, I don't know if it was last Wednesday, but you know, it's going to be well over a week before I even get this video out. Anyway, a few shout-outs that I wanted to give to a few of my friends that have helped me get to 1,000 subs. Don't want to leave anyone out. That's the scary thing about doing shout-outs. Okay, firstly, one that I haven't shouted out yet is my friend Glenn, G13NST8. All the links to these shout-outs will be in the description, by the way, guys. He's one guy that I want to shout out. Another one is my friend Canny, Canny Sports. I'm not sure how to say his name really. I often get that wrong. But yeah, I want to shout out his channel just because he's been a great friend. We always talk on Skype and that sort of stuff, and he's a good friend of mine. And yeah, he's, I don't know, he's just a great guy. So go check him out. By the way, Glenn does various things on his channel as well. I think he's starting a FIFA series. But you know, I've got a lot of time. I can give some shout outs. Okay, so next I want to give sorry about that. My thing just started playing it there. Okay, so next, moving on, I wanted to give a shout out to Small Gamer Union. Basically, I'm uploading a Manchester City career mode onto their channel, so if you're interested in that, go check it out. I mean, it'll be on my channel and I'll promote it in different things. But yeah, if you wanted to go see that, then I definitely recommend check it out. You know, if you're looking for a good Man United career mode, it will be on that channel, and I'll be uploading quite often on there. So go subscribe, go like my videos on there, and that sort of stuff. Moving on. Okay, moving on to Alex FM Bowden. He's one of my great friends, and he's a really good dude. Me and him get along really well, and you know, he's sitting on, as I'm recording this, 720 odd subs. So if you go check him out, get him to 750, I think that'd be awesome. And I'm doing loads of shout outs. Next, I wanted to give a shout out to Team Happy. It's basically Huz that I talk to the most, but I know he's got a friend. I always think it's a friend. It's his brother Shawnee. That he does a FIFA 13 co-op career mode, which is really cool. I mean, if you think like co-op career mode, it's really good. They do live com each episode. It's really good banter between them as well. I mean, that's why I like watching them, because it's so funny. Listening to the banter between the brothers. And finally, I wanted to give a shout out to Punk Gaming. He does all my graphic work, and without him, you know, I wouldn't have any of these thumbnails, I wouldn't have a background, and all that sort of stuff. So I wanted to thank all those people. They're all in my sub box, and also MRE Gamers. They're the ones that have partnered me, so thanks to them as well. But yeah, they're a great network, by the way. I've been in contact, you know, like everyone I've run into with that network has been great, especially Lucas Knox, I think his name is, and you know, he's helped me out and stuff like that. So if you could go check out all them, I mean, I know it's kind of dwindled on a long time, but those links should be in the description to the video. And the reason I wanted to give them a shout out is simply because I think they deserve it. They've all been super helpful to me getting to 1,000 subs. It's been a long way. MRE supported me for a long time, so Small Gaming Union, and then all the others are my friends, so yeah, obviously they've helped me out too. Okay, so moving on, FIFA 13, how I'm feeling about this FIFA. Basically, the thoughts that I have at it are that online and Ultimate Team, it's really not great, in my eyes anyway. I'm really not enjoying it too much, that's why I haven't barely played it, but if you look at the career mode aspect, it is fantastic. Reason being that they've just changed so much and added so many things. It's so much more in depth, and there's so many cool things you could do. Like, for example, Kurtzy's doing like all players that have been like free transfers, and his youth squad, which I think is so cool. Things that, you know, that'd be so hard to do in FIFA 12. You know, you can do loads of different things with this FIFA. You know, in terms of you know, like just different things. It's so much easier to do. Ideas like that, they're just so much more fun. It's so much cleaner. It's so much easier to do. Cleaner as in, you know, when you're actually doing your career mode, the old design of it and all that sort of stuff looks a lot cleaner and better. Which I think is super nice. If you guys want to leave a comment on anything, like, you know, say sort of this sort of thing, I was pretty annoyed there. The guy didn't actually score the penalty, but Carroll put it in the back of the net. But anyway, as I was saying, you can feel free to leave a comment. I'm sorry if this video isn't like too great. You know, I'm not really that good at long episodes, and especially since I did those live commentaries on like the FA Cup final for the Chelsea one and the Champions League final. I was pretty much put off doing doing long commentaries. Simply because, you know, I'm not that comfortable doing them, and my voice goes dry, all that sort of stuff. So it's a bit of a pain. But I'll just get a drink here. But in terms of my channel, guys, you guys have absolutely been legends. You know, I was sitting on like 996, went to bed and woke up with 1,021 subs, and then today I'm on like 1,030 subs, which is absolutely awesome. And you know, thing is, like, without your subscribers and stuff, you'd pretty much be nowhere. Like, you think about all the big channels, without the subscribers, they would be nothing. And, you know, I just want to thank you guys. It's all getting emotional, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, I'm having a good time in terms of what I'm doing outside of YouTube and stuff. I've had exams, but once the exams are over, I'll be making a load of videos, because it's the free time. I mean, you know, like, videos, although it takes up a lot of my time, you know, like, because I've got so much free time, it's not too much of a problem. You know, I can dedicate, say, one of the days in the weekend. If I wanted to do it like this, I could, you know, dedicate, say, Sunday and be like, right, I'll make a load of videos then, and, you know, not even do it for the rest of the week. But that's not really how I do my channel, to be honest. I prefer to kind of spread it out a little bit more, so I still enjoy it. But I've got a lot of big plans coming up with my career modes. I can't wait to show you some of the signings I'm making in the Man City Season 3. It will be pretty epic. And in terms of this season, Season 2 of my... that was actually... I think this is the FA Cup final. It's either the FA Cup or the Capital One Cup. I think it's the Capital One Cup. Yeah, it is the Capital One Cup against QPR, the final of that. It's obviously won 2-0, which is a solid result, but you know, it's the Capital One Cup. No one really seems to care about it that much, and I can see why. It's not a big cup at all. But it's at Wembley, of course, and I want to show you guys, and I always show you the celebrations and that. If you're wondering, you know, if you haven't won a trophy, whatever, you're just interested in celebrations, this is the celebrations. You just get like the you get confetti with your team's colours, and then you get like fireworks, and then you get like your team celebrating with a trophy. But yeah, moving on with my career mode, I've got a few things planned in the future, and especially like sort of similar to what Gutsy does with in terms of using youth squad and cheaper players and free transfers, that sort of thing, and struggling a bit with money. That's why I chose QPR, because doing it with big teams, the thing is, it's very, very fun, yes, but it gets to a point where unless you want to be like Man City, so for example, my Man City is just building the best team I possibly can. I think that's why using the Season 3 is going to be actually quite useful, because with Season 2 there were still a few of the players that I could buy to make it an absolutely just like even better team than it is at the minute. You know, I could still make a better team, and I think that's why Season 3 will be quite useful. But you know, when you use a team like QPR, you've got to find sort of, I know they're not hidden gems, but little gems that are, you know, kind of cheaper, take a little bit more time to develop, and you know, players that you wouldn't expect, you know, certain players that will just stand out and be wonderful rather than just the same old players. You know, everyone's like, oh, buy Neymar. Oh, such a fail there. Oh, that guy Guetti or whatever, he's on loan from Man City actually. I'm surprised. In real life he would never be allowed to play against them, but whatever. I'm not sure if I think I pressed Y to kick the ball out, like put it to my feet and then boot the ball out, but unfortunately he nicked the ball and put it in the back of the net. But the thing is, it sort of adds a sort of more fun aspect to it, because with the Man City one, there is just a few players that I can't buy, and other than that I can buy anyone. If I did QPR, it would take, say, 3-4 seasons before I could start buying a lot more players, and it just changes the whole feel of the career mode, and I think that it would be quite fun to do. And I'm also trying to look into doing daily uploads. I mean, I've talked to my friend at Small Moves Union, and he was kind of advising me on what laptop I wanted to buy, because I wanted to buy a laptop simply because I use one monitor for everything, so when I live stream it's a bit of a pain. And you know, if I had a laptop, then that would mean that I could, say, have the live stream and all that sort of stuff on the laptop, and then just play FIFA on the computer screen monitor, which I think would be really nice. And that was a really good goal from Ronaldo there. But yeah, I'm looking into that, and then daily uploads, because I think daily uploads career mode is so much better than uploading once every 2 days. And I also would stick to one career mode, because I think when you start doing 2 career modes and to become a legend, it becomes a bit, you know, tedious. I think it's better for me to do, you know, daily uploads is the career mode, and then the Become a Legend series, just do that randomly, you know, kind of odd days. You know, if someone's like, oh, can you upload a Become a Legend, I'd have plenty to upload and just be like, alright, yep, there you go. And it also means, the reason I prefer to be organised well with my channel, if you're wondering, it must be like, you know, you're quite, sounds a bit big-headed when I'm like, I'm quite organised, but whatever. It's simply because, you know, if I'm ever busy, if I'm like, oh, I'm going out on Friday, whatever, if I'm going to a friend's house, if I've got a lot of homework, if I've got an exam, whatever it may be, if I'm going on holiday, if I'm going, you know, the possibilities of what I could be doing to be busy is endless. But, you know, it allows me to have that freedom where I can just be like, right, a video is already scheduled to be uploaded. That's why I love being partner, by the way. That's my favourite thing, is the scheduled uploader. I can set out annotations, description, titles, everything before you guys see it. And I can also set a time and a date where I can just be like, right, I don't even have to look at YouTube that day. I could be like tired, whatever. I can be like, right, I already know there's a video going up today, right, and then at night I can just check the comments, reply to them, that sort of thing. That's the favourite thing about being a partner, by the way. I love it so much. Oh, it's so good. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent again. Okay guys, so as I was saying, I mean, I've taken a break here, so basically my voice is getting absolutely wrecked and dry and stuff. But coming up now, we've got a penalty shootout against Arsenal. I think this is the semi-finals of the FA Cup. So I was quite, you know, looking forward to this. You know, it's not often that you get penalty shootouts, and I was like, come on, you know, I really want to win this. And I thought that it'd be quite a fun thing to show you guys as well, show you guys the result of it and that sort of stuff. So as I was saying, you know, I was thinking of things I could talk to you guys about, and the next thing I thought of was sort of YouTube channel and stuff, like if you wanting to start one. Now, a lot of the times people, like, you know, they're stuck on between 100 and 400 subs, or like 0 to 400 subs. And, you know, they're kind of not sure where to go, not sure what's wrong with their channel and that sort of stuff. Now, I've been there like 3 or 4 times with this channel because with my videos, then blocked my subscribers, and that was about 400 subscribers. And then I've done FIFA, you know, and I was stuck at that sort of 200, 300 mark. But the thing with me is how I grew was when FIFA 13 came out, I was instantly wanting to make a Chelsea career mode, and that basically blew up. It's got thousands and thousands of views. Same with my Man City one. You know, the early episodes have all got thousands of views. And I mean, that really does help build my channel, and I think it's just things like that, you know, when a game comes out, if you're one of the first people to post good content from it, it really will help, because a lot of people are interested in career mode, and they're, you know, they like FIFA, but they don't want to pay 2,000 Microsoft points for early access. And I think that's the big reason that my channel did do well, because you look at the career mode videos that came out when early access, which basically meant you could play the game, you just downloaded the game off Xbox Live for 2,000 Microsoft points. You download it a week early, and you also get like free packs every week. But it meant that you know, your channel tended to do better if you actually did that. I know mine did very well. I mean, that's the key thing. You just got to be off the mark early with, like, if FIFA 14 came out, I'd be, you know, I'd make early access videos. But the thing is, I think that it's important to make good videos. You know, the ones I made weren't awful, but they weren't great. And I think if they'd been great, they would have done quite a bit better as well. So that's the key thing to remember. You know, if your videos are really good, come out at the right time, and if there's the audience there for them, then your channel will grow. I mean, from 0 to 400 subs, I think it's very difficult, it's very slow growing, it's very disheartening at times, and then from there onwards it just grows and grows and grows. I mean, once I got to 1,000, well, it took ages to get to 1,000, I was like stuck, and then I've been looking at some of my stats recently, and it's surprising like how much you grow in a week, but you don't notice it because I guess, you know, you go from 900. I went from 950 subs last week to like 1,050 subs this week. So that's like 100 subscribers a week. And when I put it like that, like 100 subscribers a week is amazing. But I guess it's what context you think of it. And you know, if I thought it compared to say a big channel such as KSI, who gains thousands of subs a day, then I'd be disheartened. I'd be like, you know, what's the point? You know, he's so big, all this sort of stuff. And it's like, well, you just can't think of it like that. It'll dishearten you, it'll get you down, it'll be like, what's the point making videos, that sort of thing. But I mean, at the end of the day, as long as you have fun with your channel, make the best videos you can, and consistently post for months and months, then you will be able to grow. Like, you don't even have to put too much work into it. Well, I mean, that sounds wrong, but I mean, you don't have to be sort of obsessed with it and that sort of thing. If you think about it, if you're doing this just as a hobby, you know, it doesn't take as much time really as people think, and it's a lot of fun. It can just be a really good thing you do, and don't go into it thinking I'm going to be a big channel, I'm going to be having a partnership, all that sort of stuff, because that's just not how you're not going to do well if you do that. Okay, Like, basically the way to grow is just have fun with it, make friends, talk to people, have a good time, make videos that you enjoy. And the key thing with videos is if you watch a video and you think it's a good video and you're like, I really want to watch more of this, then you've definitely made a good video. If you watch a video and you're like, oh, this is horrible, you know, compare it to, let's say, Air Japes, MGH, be like, oh, you know, do you think it's a similar sort of standard to them? If it is, then upload the video and be happy with it, and that sort of stuff. But if it isn't, then you might as well just start again, start from scratch. You know, you've got one impression to make, you know, to sort of set yourself. You've got one chance to make a good impression, is what I was trying to say. Sorry, 6-0 against Everton. What? Crazy, but you know, you've got one chance to make the best impression you possibly can. And another thing, a big thing, is don't spam. I never ever spam with my channel. I've never been like, you know, check out my channel on videos and stuff, because it doesn't work. People don't like it. People don't check out your channel, and you're wasting your time, guys. I really would never ever recommend that to anyone, because it never works. You know, no big channels, they all tell you. I've never done that. Syndicate, I'm not sure if you guys know him. This is the FA Cup final, by the way, at Wembley now. He said before he started his Syndicate channel, he had other channels that failed because, you know, he was the spammer, he was the sub guy, that sort of stuff, and it never ever worked for him. And then he went to another one with, you know, a kind of, you know, I'm not going to spam, I'm not going to do any of those sort of sub type things. And look at his channel now. You know, he set out in the right frame of mind. Sorry, I keep messing up my words. And it did work out well for him. And Ronaldo getting us off to a really good goal at the start of the game, 3 minutes in, and he makes us 1-0 up. But yeah, I mean, just be consistent with it and that sort of stuff. I mean, I get a lot of questions how to grow your channel. My channel is not even remotely big, it's kind of successful, but I'm happy with it. As long as you're happy with your channel, like I was happy with my channel at 400 subs, I was happy with my channel at 200 subs, I was happy with my channel at 100 subs, I'm over the moon at 1,000 subs. Like, it's crazy to think about. You know, for example, my school, I would say maybe it has 3,000 people in, roughly, I think, something like that anyway. And, you know, it's sort of like a third of my school, basically. Like, my entire primary school, which is preschool, I'm not sure, maybe preschool for you guys, kindergarten, I don't know which, but for you American guys. But if I think of it like that, like, the primary school, more than that, you know, way more than that. And it's crazy to think about, really, the amount of people 1,000 subs is. And it is a really good feeling to think, you know, like, 1,000 odd people, it's more than 1,000. It's strange, really. It's like, wow. I'm a bit like sort of in shock still. It's kind of funny. But yeah, we're going into extra time and we're 2-1 up after that goal from Cavani, and then David Silva gets the goal to seal it for us. Also, I thought anyway, making it 3-1, normally that would be the end of the game pretty much. You know, we've got the second half to play of extra time, but other than that, we should be on for a victory. I'm sorry if this commentary's, I know the commentary's been a bit, you know, not the best, but as you can see, Ramos would have to be in net because I think Hart got sent off something. Something like that, and they made it 3-2, but the game ended 3-2 to us. We were the champions. We beat Fulham in the FA Cup final, which means that we've won the FA Cup and the Capital One Cup in this episode, which I think is pretty awesome, guys. 2 trophies, 1 episode. Come on, that's pretty special. But as I was saying, I mean, I just want to thank you guys for 2,000, for 1,000 subs. I know my friend FP52, my friend. You know, he's running a face cam, and a few people have actually said it, like, to me. And the thing is, I would probably do it at maybe 10k, maybe something like that. 10k is probably when I would do it. I sort of have a webcam, but it's not too great, so I'd probably have to get another one. I'm not too sure, I'd have to look into that. But yeah, you know, that's when it's going to roughly be. If you're interested in a webcam video or vlog type video, it's going to be around there, to be honest. But oh yeah, a few goals to my channel actually, I forgot to tell you guys. This hasn't really been public, but I basically set out to get, I think it was something like 350 subscribers by Christmas. Now that at the time, when I said it in October or something, was very, very realistic. Like that, on Social Blade, it said I should hit about, I think it was like it wasn't 400, it was like 315, something like that. And I set out the goal 350, and I ended up with like 700 by the time it got to Christmas. I mean, that was just through like hard work and not, you know, not ever sort of downing myself and not ever stopping uploading, you know, putting the work in, consistently uploading, all that kind of stuff I told you about, and it really does work. I mean, it gets you to where you want to be. That was a stupid call to concede. That was fuming at that. But I mean, my goals for 2013 is to hit 5,500 subscribers by Christmas. I mean, really, I'm more looking at 5,000 subs by Christmas because it's a nice round figure. Looking at Social Blade, that is pretty realistic as well, because there's no point saying like 20,000 subs, because that's, even if I push myself, it's not realistic. If I wanted to push myself, I would say 7.5k. I think that'd be quite a big goal to hit. But 5k is my realistic goal. 7.5k is my sort of more pushing the possibility, making the possibility. I don't know, but I'm really tired, by the way. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning, snow day, so I'm not at school. I'm doing a lot of revision today, and you know, I thought I'd make a video just to have a break from it. And yeah, pretty tired, guys, so I'm not gonna lie. If you're still here at this point, just put I was still here at 26 minutes in, because you guys are legends. The ones that are still here now, you are the best subs, you are legends. And to be honest, all my subs are legends. You guys, like, you're so good. Like, the comments that tell me which players to buy, which team to do, all that sort of stuff, all the people that voted on which criminal to do next, you guys are awesome. You've really helped out my channel, telling people about it and stuff. We lost 3-2 to Tottenham there in the last game of the season. It didn't matter what happened, really, so I wasn't too bothered. I decided to sim the game against Liverpool at home, just to get through the season, to be honest, as I want to end it. But yeah, guys, squad report.